This morning, we're talking about retirement savings, and for many Americans, the numbers are troubling. Check this out here. A new Bankrate survey finds nearly 3 in 5 workers say they're behind where they should be with retirement savings.
So more than a quarter of workers admit they don't even know how much they'll need to live on in retirement. So joining us this morning with suggestions on how to be retirement ready is Bankrate Senior Economic Analyst and Washington Bureau Chief Mark Hamrick. Good morning, Mark. Thanks for taking the time to give us some advice this morning.
Good morning, Hazel and Justin. Great to be with you.
I mean, first of all, these numbers are pretty striking. Why do you think that so many Americans are feeling that they're falling short when it comes to saving for retirement?
It's a great question. Probably because they are, and we do worry to the point of your, mention of the fact that a good number of people don't even really know how much they think they'll need. We need to work on this problem collectively and individually with individuals and households, and that means, we are very caught up in the moment in this country and in our society, and that's understandable. Inflation, elevated prices have made things very challenging, but retirement is important. We need to save for tomorrow. If we only live for today, then we'll be miserable tomorrow. And so there are a number of steps that people can take to try to be on top of this.
Well, is there a target number they should be going after here?
Well, there is. Here's the problem. Your results may vary because we very often think about trying to replace our income from employment in retirement. And so it's really dependent on how much we're making now. But it's not only about income, because what's the other part of the ledger? How much our expenses are. So are we going to have the same expenses when we're retired? Healthcare costs are going to be more significant. Yeah. We know that. But many people, as you know, might choose to live somewhere else, to downsize. They don't have children in the house, hopefully. So we do need to try to estimate all those things. I will give people one thought that I think they can work with in terms of what the number is. And by the way, we have great retirement calculators at our site at bankrate.com, very easy and free to use. But really, ultimately, you think about withdrawing 4 to 5% of your total retirement nest egg every year. So one number that many people look at here with respect to our survey is 34% thought the number needs to be more than $1 million. If you have $1 million you're withdrawing from in retirement, 4 to 5% of that is $40,000 to $50,000 a year. I ask you the question, acknowledging Social Security will be part of that for most, is that going to be enough? And everyone's going to have to answer that question themselves.
Yeah, I mean, for someone who's younger, though, that's maybe just getting their career started, what's the first step they should take right now to set themselves up?
I really appreciate you pointing that opportunity out, because the youngest workers are those who are in the greatest position to take advantage of the power of compounding. Their money will build for many years because of the superior returns, better than inflation, the stock market provides. So as we see on the screen, take advantage of an employer-sponsored 401k plan that has an employer match. Absolutely try to take all of the money. If they, let's say, give you 3 to 5% of your salary in a match, that's money on the table if you don't take it, and if you do take it, better for you. So absolutely, those 401k matches are a great opportunity. So are other tax advantage accounts like an individual retirement account. For those who are getting, let's say, later in the opportunity to save for retirement and can see that over the dashboard, well, consider retiring later rather than sooner, and perhaps don't take your Social Security as early as you might be inclined, because the more you wait, the greater those payments will be.
You're also advising, too, Mark, to keep your eyes on your 401ks and your savings plans over time to adjust as needed, not just let them stay there and stay flat.
Yes, and one of the nice things about AI and robo-advisors these days, if you're taking advantage of those services, is that they can make those allocation adjustments for you. But you should still be watching and making sure that you're not out over your skis on, let's say, one kind of investment. We know right now, for example, AI is powering so much of the stock market, and there's a question whether there's a bubble there. We don't know what the answer to that is, of course.
Yeah. Well, what about people in their 40s, their 50s, maybe even later in their careers, who think it's probably too late to catch up?
No. It's never too late to make progress. And so maybe you might have to work part-time or maybe even full-time longer than you otherwise expected. That's not a bad outcome because we know people who are engaged as seniors that are more active, whether it's, physically, mentally, some combination, do live longer. And I would rather be in the position of putting money into my retirement account than taking as much money out of it. And as I said earlier, perhaps wait on taking your Social Security benefit. The longer you wait, the more money there'll be there because every month that payment goes up that you don't take it.
As you said there, Mark, your mileage may vary. Always great to get advice. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks so much. Great to be with you.